Hello Stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wisconsin, USA. In this video, I will show you how to assemble your Pansy Petals Kits in the mail. It's from March 2022, so let's get started. Your kits arrive in this white envelope, and included in your packet are, currently I am including 2 of these sheets from the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite from the fall catalog. Just set those aside and use them on your future Christmas projects. They were just a bonus I included in your kit. Before we get into what you need to do to score, I wanted to show you where I got some of the products that I use in the kit. So I am featuring the Pansy Petals Suite, the pattern paper for sure. So here are the concept artist designs in the catalog, page 28. There is also a stamp set and a coordinating die set for this suite, which I did not use in your kit. And then here is a closer look at the pattern paper included in that pack. I used quite a few patterns in that pack. That green leaf one did not make it into the kits though, at least the initial kits that I'm preparing. The vellum doilies are on page 135, and the circular doilies are from the Heart and Home collection in the spring catalog, and I don't have a copy of that catalog currently. I gave my last copy away. Your kit may include an assortment of embellishments, so the loose flower flourishes may be an option. And then you might have received the 2021-2023 in color jewels or the 2020-2022 in color square gems. So it just kind of depended on where you were when you placed, or where you were in the ordering pick line, I should say, as to what kind of embellishments you got in your kit. All right, so let's get back to your kit. Pull both of them out because we are going to do some scoring and bone folding for both of the cardstocks first at the same time. How about you just set the Pale Papaya kit off to one side and the Bumblebee kit off to the other side. Now grab your scoring board or your paper trimmer with a stylus, however you score your cardstock. And this is how I will add the diagonal onto this piece of cardstock. So I'm going to put my stylus in the 5.5 groove and run it down, and then place the point, upper right hand point of the front of the cardstock in that 5.5 groove, and then line up the score mark, that center score mark where my stylus is. So I'm lining it up in the groove and then run down. And then bend this way and then bend on the diagonal. Okay, and grab the Bumblebee and do the same thing. Insert your stylus in the 5.5 mark or whatever mark you'd want. Run it down. Line up the upper right hand corner into that 5.5 mark. And then move your cardstock for that center score line to be in line with the groove where your stylus is. And then run down. You can also do the same thing on your paper trimmer if you have a scoring blade attached to your paper trimmer. All right, I'm going to move this back and we're going to bring in the bone folder. Next, grab your bone folder, and you are going to bone fold all 4 ways. So along that diagonal, front and back, top and bottom, and then along your center score line that I've already done for you. Front one and the back one. Let's go ahead and do it on both of the cardstocks. The front one, flip it over and do it on the back. The front, and then the center one as well. This will help the card actually pop and twist and mail a little easier, and it'll be easier to handle while we assemble here. Okay, we're done with our bone folder. Now let's just work on one card at once. Let's work on the Pale Papaya one, which is this set of papers here. Now hopefully your pattern papers are according to the sample as well. If not, I had to do some substitutions because Stampin' Up! Packages supplies for the customer and not the demonstrator, which means we only get 2 sheets of each pattern paper in each pack. So I can't order 20 packs of paper so everybody gets the same pattern, but I try to get you almost the same pattern or close to it. It's from the coordinating pack anyway. All right, so your pattern paper is already cut to size 4 inches by 5.5 inches. And it is attached just on that bottom triangle. So I recommend that you place your adhesive on your pale papaya cardstock. Don't put it all the way to the edge because your cardstock measures 4 1/4 wide and the pattern paper is only 4 inches wide. Now place the bottom edge of the pattern paper. Open this up. Along the bottom edge and just kind of eyeball left to right. Make sure you got about the same kind of mat, a thin little mat on either side, and then press down. Okay, next I'm going to add the white. So the basic white, it's just centered on the inside. Take your adhesive, whatever your favorite adhesive is. I'm using the Stampin' Seal today. And just place that in there. Eyeball it top to bottom, left to right. Next would be our evening evergreen, measures 3 by 3 inches. And I'll try to remember the measure or mention the measurements in case you come back and want to make more cards. We've got the measurements handy. Next will be our doily. This is from the Heart and Home. I want the white up. So I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal to the colored side. And place that over the top. All right, next would be our square, pretty on the other side. It'll go over the doily, and I have cut your velveteen, knit macaron velveteen ribbon longer than the card in case it got damaged in the mail. So that was about there. I'm going to run a piece of Stampin' Seal along there. And just using those grid lines to make sure that's straight, flip it over and do a custom cut. Okay. And Stampin' Seal that one down. And then next, you would have gotten probably an assortment of these Pansy images. They are full sheets on in the Designer Series paper pack. Grab your paper snips and start doing fussy cutting. Now you would have gotten an assortment of colors as well, and I gave you the end pieces, so you can see this is an end piece. If I cut it around the end, you may have gotten some full images as well, but I only used a large one and a small one on my sample. You're welcome to do whatever you want with the supplies that I provided to you. Okay, it's going to go over the center. Center and just a little bit over that velveteen. Now I've got a smaller one on the inside. Let's do a yellow one. And fussy cutting doesn't take that long. I think on the second card I actually cut it out already, so you didn't have to watch me fussy cut. But if you're stamping along with me, it should take you about the same amount of time, so you don't have to stop the video. Okay. It's going to go on the inside of the card, just at the top, just to decorate it up a little bit. And you could go ahead and, you know, if you got some of the end pieces, maybe they would tuck around the bottom. Right there. Oh, and there was this little bit right here. Guess what? That could be tucked up there too. think I might just do that. Let me pull that off. I think that's why I cut it a little bit longer too, so that you'd have a little extra for the inside. I like to bring a little bit of the outside to the inside. There we go. All right, what do we have left here? So this would be your extras. Do whatever you'd like with that. We have, and hopefully they didn't run away with me. I think that one did. I'll have to get one out of my tub. All right, so you should have received one of these hot pink flourishes, a large one and a small one. If not, if you didn't get the hot pink, you might have gotten the pale papaya or the fresh freesia. But the way to adhere those are tiny bits of, whoop, it's getting hot in here. Tiny bits of the Tombow liquid glue. Because they are not self-adhesive. All right, did you see what happened? It's getting really hot in my room. I've been in here all day. My glue was oozing out, and so I just opened it up through the bottom to let some air in, and it oozed back in. Now, I've got a second one, this little tiny one, that I'm going to put in the inside. Oh, I moved it too soon. It really does dry in place. Let me give that a minute more to dry. All right, let's work on our little butterflies. You've got a strip, which includes 4 small and 4 large, and I only used 5 on your card. So 4 on the front, kind of making a motion around the pansy. And then on the inside, the way this is a twist and pop, it twists and pops up. One of the large butterflies will hold it in place. So grab one of those and just butt it up to where you want your card to stand up at. You see that? Oh, hopefully that's dry by now. Let's see if it's dry by now. So here's how the inside looks. Center that basic white. That large butterfly is just in the bottom corner, just enough so that it will twist and pop up. And then we can add tiny bit of glue there because we're going to use the tiny acrylic shape over that. You can also use glue dots. If you tried to use a glue dot, well, depending on the size that you have, you might have to wrap one in on itself for this one. I've used our regular mini glue dots this size to adhere these large flowers, and that works just fine. Okay, so we've got the first card done, so let's move on to the second card. And while we're doing that, I did mention at the beginning, you may receive an assortment of embellishments that might not be according to what's on the sample. So I'm going to assemble this card kit with a different set of embellishments so you can see what that looks like. All right, so here is the crushed curry card kit, and here's my card base. My business card, keep that aside. You might need to contact me to place an order. If you have any Stampin' Up! Questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. All right, so here is a strip of embellishments. I'm not going to use this strip. Like I said, I'm going to use a different type. I'm going to pull in the 2021-2023 in Color Jewels. I'll probably use some of these pinkish ones or these yellow ones. We'll see what happens. But you will receive a strip of one color in your kit. Okay. Oh, and here is where, yeah, this kit had a few extra pieces. I already fussy cut those, so hopefully you are fussy cutting while I'm talking here. All right. So same kind of assembly line here. You want to add some of your tape. not quite to the edge on the right hand side because your pattern paper is 4 inches wide and the cardstock is 4 1/4 inches wide. And you can, you know, if you didn't like the pansies up, you could certainly have the other side up, but I think the pansies up, that's why you bought the kit, is the colorful pansies. Let's show them off a little bit. Okay, and I see this one is hanging off a little bit on the top. See, there's a little bit of an edge. That's going to drive me crazy. Just custom cut that off there. All right. Okay, so now let's just layer up the 3x3 evening evergreen. And oh, before I put that down, you can see my satin ribbon is wrapped all the way around. So yeah, I think I'm just going to put my vellum doily over there, over this adhesive I have down. It'll be fine. There is a right and a wrong side to this doily. If you look at it, the right side is the side that has more of the rounded edges where the laser has pressed through the vellum. The back side has got more of a flatter look. The front side is more puffy. If you take a look under your good light, you'll see the difference. Okay, so vellum over that, your square over that, and flip it over. Maybe you want that square up. I still like the fresh freesia gingham. And again, hopefully you've got fresh freesia in your kit. You might have a different colored gingham. I hope that's okay with you. It's just how Stampin' Up! Packages their supplies, and sometimes I can't get you the exact patterns that I show in my samples. All right, this gets wrapped around the back, so add your adhesive. And about 1/3 of the way down, and wrap it around. You've got a little extra if you want to use it in the inside of your cardigan. Cut that off. All right, and since that's satin, there's no adhesive over it, and it's a pretty wide piece. I'm gonna grab my tear and tape, find that end, there we go. Put some tear and tape over that. That's just extra insurance that it's gonna stay down on your card. Okay, that goes in the center. And then now you grab your paper snips and start fussy cutting if you haven't already. But I've got one fussy cut here. And I popped this one up on some of our dimensionals. So, and I did that because these embellishments are a little bit thicker. All right, so you can see this pansy's got the pale papaya tones. This one's got more of the bumblebee tones. And then, oh, inside. Oh, we gotta put our white inside yet. And then this little piece of satin, I am gonna use it just like that. Why not? Brings a little more color to the inside as well. There we go. Now, I think I am going to go with the yellow tones just for a little bit of color difference. Just so you can see what those look like. And let's see, we did 4. Let's do the little ones. There's 2 sizes in this strip. And again, you might get these jewel tones. You might get the acrylic shapes that are there. I've got another option as well. Or you might have gotten all of those loose flower flourishes. All of the embellishments color coordinate, so that's a great, great selling point. If you like some of our tones, they probably will carry over into a lot of our designer series paper, coordinate with a lot of the products. All right, so for this one, I'm going to pop that up. This is a little bit smaller, but let's just do one. And again, your kit might just have a strip. I'm not going to give you 4 strips of a color embellishment. Yeah, just one will work. Okay, just one will work. All right, so this is the sample card, and this is the one I just started with. Pretty, really, really like this offering that I have. And there are those two. All right, so thank you for purchasing my kit. I hope you enjoyed making them. Make sure to like and subscribe my YouTube channel before you head out. And there are lots of other videos there that will keep you company. Last count, I know I was climbing up to 400 videos. So if you do one a day, you'll have the next year covered. All right. Oh, and here's this loose embellishment that ran away from me off to the side of my mat. Check out my blog for other things that are going on in my Stampin' Up! Universe, including blog hops, PDF tutorial shares, and then I also am part of a global SU Share Fair where we host Facebook Live events about every other month. And everything else that I participate in is usually on my blog, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you like and subscribe my YouTube channel. And thanks again for ordering a kit, and we'll stamp with you soon. Bye!